Ferrari seems destined to keep receiving its historic bonus payment in the next Concorde agreement of Formula One. Motorsport.com has found, but the amount of extra money it gets will now be capped. Teams are currently in discussions with F1's owners, Liberty Media, about the terms of the new Concorde agreement, which will come into effect in 2026. This document outlines how F1 has managed it, with one agreement covering the regulatory framework of Grand Prix races and another describing the commercial terms. A draft of the general terms was recently sent to the teams as the next step in this process, ahead of what are likely to be intense discussions to reach an agreement that satisfies all parties involved. It is understood that one point of these terms is that Ferrari will retain its bonus payment, but at a reduced level. The Concorde agreement establishes the exact structure of prizes and specifies how much each team receives, both as part of the prize and for each final position in the Constructors' Championship. For the current Concorde agreement, running from 2021 to 2025, teams received a 50% share of F1's profits up to a certain point, then a smaller share if more revenue was generated. It is understood that at current revenue levels, which exceeded $3 billion last year, F1 teams receive a 45% share. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Concorde agreement is an extra historic payment Ferrari receives due to its long-term importance to the series. It is the only team that has competed in every season since the World Championship began. While the extra payments to championship-winning teams are based on success, Ferrari's bonus is irrelevant to its competitive success on the track. Under the current Concorde agreement terms, Ferrari receives a payment that represents at least 5% of the entire prize pool. This base amount is guaranteed if the total prize distributed to the teams does not exceed $1.1 billion. However, there is an escalator formula that stipulates if the prize increases, Ferrari will receive a larger share of each incremental step. This eventually reaches a maximum of 10% for any amount above $1.6 billion, which is approximately where the revenue figures stand now. Sources have revealed that the proposal for the next Concorde agreement is to cap Ferrari's bonus payment at 5%, regardless of the prize pool level. This means that while Ferrari will still receive a significant portion of F1's revenues, it will lose the escalator bonus it has enjoyed recently. Although some of Ferrari's competitors believe that the need for a special bonus has long passed, others acknowledge there is a solid rationale behind the special treatment. Last year, Williams team principal, James Vowles, said, "I think Ferrari brings something special to the sport. We have to be honest about that. If you ask the average person who they know in Formula One, you'll find Ferrari is still a standout name. That's the truth behind it. They bring a certain level of heritage and recognition to the sport. So, I think there is a reason for these things to exist." Although the teams have received the draft terms of the new Concorde agreement, its content is confidential, and they are hesitant to disclose their thoughts on the matter at the moment. When asked about the status of the Concorde agreement draft in Imola, Ferrari team principal Fred Vasseur said, "You know you can ask the question, but the question is for you because you know perfectly well I will never answer. Enjoy asking the question, but you know I will never answer." Speaking recently on a teleconference, F1 CEO Stefano Domenicali emphasized that his priority is to deliver a Concorde agreement that is beneficial in the long term and does not deviate much from the previous one. "We are in the process of discussing with the teams," he stated. "The most important point is to keep the situation as stable as possible. These are the main points of discussion. And as you can imagine, we cannot go into details, but as soon as we can, we will share what we can. The situation is optimal for continuing to discuss with the teams, with all the relevant parties, the best way to finalize everything for a stronger long-term future." Domenicali emphasized that stability is crucial to ensuring the continuous growth of Formula One. He also mentioned that while many details still need to be discussed and finalized, the goal is always to maintain an open and constructive dialogue with all the teams. "We are committed to finding a balance that benefits everyone and ensures that Formula One continues to thrive," Domenicali added. "The sport has evolved significantly in recent years, and we want to ensure this positive trajectory continues." He reiterated that while the specific details of the Concorde agreement are confidential, F1 is dedicated to creating an environment where all parties can succeed. "Our vision is for a future where Formula One not only maintains its popularity but also grows in new markets and continues to be a leader in technological innovation and entertainment." Finally, Dominically thanked all the fans for their ongoing passion and support. We know that Formula One's fan base is one of the most dedicated and enthusiastic in the world. We thank each of you for making this sport so special. To stay updated with all the latest news in Formula One, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. That way, you won't miss any news about the world of Formula One.